Sup guys, we're back with Game 4 of Replay Thursday, Season 2, Episode 2, even though it's a Monday. So we have Donkey Breath 2. Hi Desro, hi everyone. Trying to do Phoenix into Colossus Blinkstalker, PvZ. I'm having a problem changing up the build to deal with Zerg's many different builds. I'm Plat, and then he also says, I prefer to open gate first so I could get my tech up quicker. Seems to work better. Unless the opponent cheeses. Please help me, Desro. So if you're gonna gate expand, don't scout on 9, scout on 13 after the gate. And also gate expand on this map, I don't really like it because re-walling at your natural is a lot harder. So because it takes like 4 buildings. So you can, but opening forge expand works fine. So it's a thing, it's just food for thought if you want to switch at some point. So you saw that he didn't have a spawning pool. You went down to see if it was hatch first. No hatch first. Cornering probes. Aw, man, 33 minutes. I should have not picked your replay. There was one rule, and it was 25 minutes or less, but it's too late now. Okay. So you're cutting a little bit of workers. Yeah. So basically, like, if you took your expand, but you took it late, so you want to send the probe early, and also, you don't, like, you want to skip the Zealot as much as you can, because the Zealot will delay your wall. So you can make the Zealot, and then if they're not stealing your hatchery with a drone, you can just you can just cancel it. A little bit like what you do versus Terran. And the Mothership Core, even though it has less vision now, is very important because you just park it there and then you see like if they're coming in or not. Because I know you were happy making probes, but Mothership Core is very delayed. So you're trying to do Phoenix into Colossus. So we'll take a look at that. So this is what I meant. Like you need a lot of buildings to wall off on this map. So you're cutting a lot of probes quite often, and that sets your build back. Like you didn't need that second Zealot. If anything, what you should have made was the Mothership Core, so you would see if you needed more sentries, so that you can warp in ahead of time if he comes for a very aggressive. Okay, so you're looking for overlords, but you're not finding any. This is really odd. Usually, like, the overlords, they'll be there, or right here. So you killed first overlord. And then, with this build, usually you want to do the robo after the second phoenix. So your robo is a little bit late. So the forge is a good timing. Okay, and then what you want to do is, at your level, what you can do is you can just go for the queen. If it's next to a spore, you can try to bait it, so get close to it and then pull back. If they don't put the queen on hold position, you're going to be able to grab it. Then you want to stop at... Okay, so the Robo Bay... I like how the pylons are like, it's a maze to get back into your base. Observer, Robo Bay, everything so far seems pretty good for, you know, for being Plat and everything. Like, the macro is not so bad. So now it's the part where you're starting to float. Still no Mothership Core. The third should have been at 9 minutes. 9 minutes is pretty easy to do if you have a Mothership Core and, you know, like 3 sentries and a Zealot. Like those Zerglings, they don't scare you that much because of the Mothership Core. The Mothership Core has a lot of damage output. So yeah, losing the sentries, yeah. And also, like, once you have your forge, you want to make a cannon over here after your third, just for a run by when it happens. So yeah, it comes down to like he's mining quite a lot, and your third is extremely delayed. So when he's gonna push, it's gonna be really hard. So you can come in the main and kill the drones from the gas. Oh, you picked off a queen. That's pretty good. Let's see what else you can do. So the cannon, like I said, grabbing the watchtower with a zealot, always something you want to be doing. At this point, like if you're not gonna try to lift a drone from a gas, which you should be trying to do, even though it's gonna be hard at first, you should have like one Phoenix parked at his fourth, so you can lift the drone and delay their fourth, or you should just have the Phoenix back home, because yeah, you just run into the risk of almost losing the Phoenix like you did. So if you're not going for the drones, go for the fourth. If you're not going for the fourth, just stay with your army. And you made a lot of stalkers, but you have no sentries. You need at least like 3 sentries with this playstyle. And of course the mothership core for time warp and foot on a recharge. And also with the sentries, if you add them, that's how you scout with the hallucinated Phoenix. You can scout by just using one Phoenix and going around, because one Phoenix is a lot... oh, he's going to take this fort. That's weird. But yeah, keeping track of his fourth is important, because if he's not grabbing a fourth, it could be a 3-base all-in. And if it is, then you need to be a lot more careful. Like, when you're adding a lot of gates like this could kill you, for example. So you saw the fourth, so go for the fifth, or go for a fourth yourself. Especially since you are missing a lot of gas, because your third was delayed, you're missing a lot of gas. You're making a Warp Prism, which is really good. So you're going to be able to spend those minerals into Zealots. Okay, so still no mothership core. You need to be active on the map, denying creep tumors, because you know it doesn't help if you let him be on the map for free. Oh, you just use the Warp Prism to make a big push with blink. Also, if you're never get armor, just max out on +3 weapon, never get armor, because you'd be like halfway to +3 by now. And this guy, he's on 2-2, so the more, because the Colossus, they get +2 damage every weapon upgrade. So like for example, if we just wait for you to get +2, you see it went from 17 to 19. So and if you're facing someone that does Swarmos, just send a Warp Prism to the main, make a bunch of Zealots, make him have to split his army. So you're trying your best. Are you blinking the stalkers that are losing shields? Yeah, it's a tough battle. So you're grabbing the fourth. That's good. This is too many Panons. I understand. Like you're not alone doing this. I see this a lot at lower leagues. Just people like they grab an expand and they go for 5 Panons. You were already at 200 supply. So just a Panon here, then a Panon there. So you can make like 2-3 cannons and a cannon here. That way if there's a Ling run by, you have a couple cannons, but you're not going to need like cannons here, you're not going to need cannons there, and just 1 or 2 Panon for Warpins is good enough. 5 is overkill. And grab the gases before the expand finishes, and even though this isn't mined out yet, grab some of it. Like I would grab like maybe like 10, 12 and just send it right away. Okay, so the single Void Ray. You're losing a lot to the Locust, so versus Locust, if you're not gonna blink to not lose your Stalkers, just kite. So what you could do right here is just blink the Stalkers that are losing their shields, or just kite. So like move back, attack, move back, attack. That way the Locusts, because of their attack speed and because of their movement speed, they won't be always attacking, so you'll be like reducing their damage output. But instead you're just, trying to fight head-on, which isn't optimal. And also, you saw that he had a fourth, so sending a few Zealots there, a few Dark Templars would have been nice. Um, okay, so you're starting to blink a little. But like, yeah, basically like versus Hormos, you don't want to fight head on. You just want to run around and make them run. So the Warp Prism again to the main and Zealots. You did deny the third, so he's gonna lose some mining. That's always nice. But you're bringing the Warp Prism back with you. Stop! Go to the main. So the Dark Shrine, you didn't transfer from the main yet. So whenever you hear the lady, minerals fields have depleted, that's when you want to transfer from, you want to transfer probes. What happened to the Warp Prism? Okay, so that's good. But you want charge, because Zealots without charge, they're very slow. Okay. But you see, like, this would have been good to do when you were over here and he had his entire army. But now that he's, like, sieging you. So, like, basically what you need to do is you need to go around again to his third. That way you can send some stuff here. And then the Warp Prism that you lost could have been into the main. Basically, like, playing versus Swarmos is like trying to never pay for child support. You just have to be very dodgy, because just if that's your goal, then you should never fight head on. You know, you should never have an address. You should couch surf and all that stuff, which is what you need to do to beat Swarmos. Okay, that was a terrible analogy. I felt okay. Many feelings. So you're grabbing a fifth, which is not bad. You overprobed, I think. Okay, so it took you forever to transfer from the main to the fourth. So you were like, hey, let's make a bunch of workers. But then now your natural's mining out, and you're on 84 workers. Like, you could have been okay with 70 workers, just making like 4 extra or whatever. But going up to 84 was a big no-no. So you sniped this base again, that was nice. I'm not sure if you lose this game, because I don't think you will from the looks of it. But you can always play better, so just more run by, more Warp Prism, better upgrade, so always going for weapon, never getting armor. And also, the Mothership Core still hasn't been made. Oh, you're like, this is dangerous what you're doing, man. Oh, this is gonna end terribly. Well, is it? Okay, blink out over there. Run. And also, like, at this stage of the game, okay, yeah, you have the 2 robos. That's good. So, oh wow. If you would have focus fired, you would have got it. Okay, so you're remaking the Colossus. You keep harassing with the Zots. I would have just blinked out. No, because you're gonna need those stalkers to fight the Swarmos. Well, maybe not. This game, he's on 8 workers. This game's pretty over. Oh, you made Zealots? Never make Zealots versus Swarmos or versus Locusts, because they just run to their death. They're not very efficient. Oh. Oh. Man. There's like a small chance that you could lose this game, which I guess wouldn't be funny, but okay, maybe it would. Because you gave him a lot of units for free. The Locusts are killing so much. Like, at this point, you don't need to deny the mining. You're the 1%. You've got 5 base versus 0 base. You know? Okay, going around, making sure there's no hidden expansions. Grabbing a 6 base. But he didn't... What? Why is he making a tumor? Did you kill his only drone? Oh, you killed his only drone. Wow. This game's crazy. You ended up losing a bunch of workers. And you ended up losing your Colossus. Then you're trapped up here. And there's no way you lose this. You did a nice job defending your Colossus from the Corruptors. So yeah, just more harass. 3 sentries when you try to expand. The Mothership Core so you can expand quicker because your expand was very late. A cannon over here as soon as you grab the third. So just quicker third, more sentries, Mothership Core, never get armor, Warp Prism harass. If you don't fight the Swarmos head on, if you're fighting somewhere, harass somewhere else, so you could have killed that base much quicker. You could have made a lot of damage over here. And if you're ahead on bases, don't throw away units. Don't be cost inefficient. Like, being cost inefficient can lose you games, so you have to be careful. I didn't in this case, but you still have to be careful. Alright guys, that was game 4. Thank you Donkey Breath for submitting a replay. We'll be back with game 5 in just a bit. Stay tuned.